I'm Lenn Woolston, writer, blogger, and nerd, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're actually going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, and it's all about writing dark fiction. Now, if you're out there and you're saying, well wait, Lenn, I don't write dark fiction, I don't like horror stories, none of that pertains to me, stay tuned because I promise that this information will help you, especially in writing your antagonists. So why dark fiction? It's something that I've always been drawn to, and it's something that I think that writers, when they do it, they can do it really well, and they can draw in a larger audience because you're able to talk about things that you can't necessarily talk about in other aspects of genres. And I also just have this, a great appreciation for things that kind of tread on darker themes, with my favorites being Stephen King, of course. I mean, he's called King for a reason. Susan Hill, I also really like her work, and I also really like Ryan Murphy, who is one of the creators of American Horror Story. Do you have a book, TV show, or movie that treads on darker themes that you think is underrated? Leave it in the comment section below because I'm always open to suggestions. Both the manuscripts that I have written tread on the side of darker elements and themes, and so I wanted to go ahead and give you my tips and tricks for writing dark fiction. Writing dark fiction does not mean there is something wrong with you. Well, okay, so it may be something that people aren't going to understand right away, but I will say this. As an author of dark fiction, you are putting yourself into the characters for a bit, but in this genre alone, you are telling a story. You are the person that is conveying why the characters are doing what they're doing and what is happening. So no, that does not make you a bad person. Darker fiction allows for more discussion about spirituality and morals. So contrary to what you may think, you actually are given an opportunity to express whatever views or statements or beliefs that you want to about the world around you as it regards to spirituality and morals. You can have somebody who is maybe doing something that is morally wrong, and you can have that character maybe at their arc they realize that it's wrong, or you have other characters that are pointing out that it's wrong, all of that to go with the character development. Either way, you're able to explore different aspects of spirituality and morality that you want to address to your readers that you may not be able to do in other genres. But here comes a warning. Don't use shock value. So maybe you have a scene where there is something that is really grotesque, something that is just extremely dark, but don't do it just to shock people and make them say, what the hell am I reading? You want it to have a purpose. So with that, make sure that everything that you write, even the descriptive details of what you're conveying in this darker fiction, that it has a purpose. There is a meaning to the story, and you're not just doing it to make people's jaws drop. And along those lines, twist the mind, not the gut. So what that means is to take the opportunity that you have when you're writing a novel and make it that you are focusing more on the internalization of characters. You want your readers to be reading the story, and the whole time they're questioning, why are they doing this? What is the motivation behind it? Because that is going to make the reader want to read more. If you instead focus on just describing really gross things or things that may be just too much for some people, you focus on that and try to again go with that shock value, you're going to find that people are going to get bored, they're going to get grossed out, and they'll just stop reading. So again, focus on what is going on in the mind. Try to grab the reader on a psychological level versus just being that shock value. Keep some mystery. So what this means is there has to be this kind of underlying mystery that's happening in your story. So you're going to kind of withhold some information from your readers, but not enough that they're going to be confused about it. You need to have your story that is moving along in the right direction, but you want, again, to make that reader question the motivation and what is really going on behind the scenes. So you can find that a lot of dark fiction actually has a lot of mystery in it, and the whole reason is a great moving factor for readers to want to keep reading. Even though this is darker fiction, add some light. So the whole entire book cannot just be all about dark things, or you're going to find that there's really no purpose to the book other than it just being an outspilling of dark things. You need to have some light in it. You need to have either a little bit of humor, or you need to have periods in the story where there is at least some point going to make the reader want to smile or cheer for whoever they're cheering for. So it could be your main character, it could be a side character, but either way, you want to include periods where it's not just going to be all dark, because you're not going to understand and appreciate the dark without an aspect of light. And lastly, but most importantly, make sure that you are reading authors of dark fiction. This way, as you're reading and as a writer who's reading the book, you can see what elements that are considered dark and see how that author conveys what is going on. What do you like about it? Take note of maybe they describe something very well, or maybe they use this point of view very well. If there's something that you're reading in that dark fiction and you're kind of thinking, oh, I don't really like this, why is that? Question that. Make it so that you're not just reading just to, understand the story, but try to frame your mind again about how they're doing this craft. Well, that wraps up this video. Hopefully you have a better understanding of writing darker fiction, and you have a better understanding of how you can apply it to your writing. If there are any questions or comments regarding this video, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If there's a topic that you would like to see featured in one of my videos, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. I'd like to just give a special announcement that if you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that I recently started a transcription and proofreading business under the Keyboard Slayer, which you can find all my services and what I offer at slayingkeyboards.com. With that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. If you'd like to follow me on my adventures, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and also on my blog, so we can connect and follow each other. If this is your first time here, I just want to say thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I urge you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also ring that bell so that you make sure to never miss any of my videos. Have a wonderful day, and until next video, bye!